Okay guys, so we're going to look at some feedback for an IELTS speaking exam today. Part 1 questions. Do you enjoy seeing animals in the zoo?
Personally, watching animals in the zoo is one of all the child's favorites, but I don't have positive feelings about animals in confinement. Although wildlife is one of the most vital subjects at school, being caught in a cage affects their natural behavior significantly.
Okay, there's a couple of problems with the response here, guys. You shouldn't be starting responses with personally. You should generally try to use different language because it's very repetitive and an IELTS examiner sees this all the time, okay? Now, there's a few mistakes grammatically in this answer. It would be every child's favourite. We refer to animals in confinement, and a phrase we could use here is being confined in cages. Wildlife is not a subject that you study in school, so you can't say that children study wildlife. We need to use wildlife here referring to animals in the wild. The contrast here would be animals in captivity. The candidate doesn't use their structures securely, and there are quite a few grammatical mistakes here. The meaning is not always clear. In the IELTS exam, you can get away with some grammatical mistakes, but not if the examiner doesn't understand your meaning. What's your favourite animal and why?
I have to say that my favorite one is cats. I can't help with their cuteness and friendliness with people. I have a pet cat that can lift my spirits up when I'm in a bad mood. So it's no doubt that many people keep cats as their pets.
Okay, so when you use expressions like your favourite one, you have to be clear what you're referring to. If you haven't mentioned the thing before, you can't then use one or it later. Okay? I can't help with there here is an incorrect usage of the phrasal verb, alright? The usage isn't quite clear. The correct way to phrase this is to lift up my spirits. And we would say, there's no doubt that. But it's not appropriate to use it here, okay? A better way to say this would be, we can see all around us that cats are a really obvious choice. Do you like handwriting?
Yes, but I haven't practiced in a long time, so I don't believe it's as good as it used to be. Indeed, there are occasions when I go back to my notes and I don't recall what I wrote down, which frustrates me. This is one of the reasons that I need to improve my handwriting.
Now, the word that we use to describe handwriting styles here is calligraphy. If you choose to talk about calligraphy, you're talking about the style and the way in which you write. Can't recall is an incorrect use of tense here, and generally in this question the tenses are used incorrectly. Another mistake that's made here is something frustrates me a lot or frustrates me so much. It can't frustrate me much. That doesn't make any sense here. What's the difference between handwriting and typing?
Actually, I'm inclined to the second choice because it really helps me in my work. It's quite a productivity-wise way rather than writing by hand.
Okay, so again, here we would say writing by hand. Inclined to here is the wrong usage because the question hasn't asked you for a preference. If you're using inclined, we're talking about choice. Here, you shouldn't be using language of choice or preference at all. Productivity-wise is a poor usage. We refer to productivity, full stop. The candidate does display some fluency here and does attempt the questions, but there are too many grammatical mistakes and low-level grammar errors here. The meaning and the grasp of language is not always secure. Pretty limited response. All right, let's have a look at part 2. Here's your topic card. You should describe something that you're interested in learning or improving. You should say what it is, how you will learn or improve it, why you're interested in it, and explain how you feel about learning it. All right, let's hear the sample answer.
I have a strong passion for playing a musical instrument, but my family couldn't afford the high fee. I believe if there is a chance, I would take all the advantages of it to improve my piano playing skills.
In the first part of this answer, the verb use is not consistent, right? I have da-da-da, but my family couldn't da-da-da. Well, have and couldn't do not match here. Maybe it would be my family has to make it consistent. Take advantage of it fully, okay? Now, when we use an adverb like fully, we can use completely or totally as well. Using an adverb here is really going to help you in the meaning of your sentence. Let's look at the second part.
Maybe I would register a course for beginners that is held by a famous center in my town. In the piano class, there are definitely many prominent learners, so I can learn from them. Gradually, my playing skills improved much better. Then I can challenge myself in some competitions, which are a valuable chance for me to sharpen my skills.
Okay, so here the phrasal verb is register on or register with. And it would be held in a famous centre, right? When we hold something somewhere, this is the location of the thing. It's the wrong use of prominent here. A prominent person is someone well known or famous. I don't think any students would be prominent yet. Improved, I'd probably say much better here. Which would be the correct form here. Let's have a look at the third part of the answer here.
I think playing piano, as we all know, benefits us in various ways. The clearest benefit is to help boost our concentration cycle, since we need to use both hands, read music, listen to the notes you are playing, and work the pedals. Moreover, some researchers also indicate that students who take piano lessons in school increase their general and special cognitive abilities more than students who do not. Hence, it can aid students in their studies significantly.
Okay, this paragraph is much better structured and it's more relevant to the question. I really like how the candidate has used the prompt and actually answered the question here. This is largely free of grammatical error and would definitely bump the candidate's score up. It's really reassuring to me to see an answer that starts weak but then becomes stronger as you go across. Let's check out the final section to see how the candidate scores.
I believe that if I am able to play the piano, my concentration will increase, allowing me to be more productive at work. Furthermore, when we are able to conquer whatever that we wish, we will feel a sense of accomplishment.
Okay, the big mistake here would be the use of the if structure. Now, when we're using if, if I had $1 million, I would. The other thing I'd point out here is everything the candidate says relevant to the task and the instructions on the card. I think if you listen to that answer again, you might see that the candidate loses focus. Those 4 prompts are there to help you and to structure your talk. If you answer about 30 seconds on each one sequentially and you keep your verbs consistent, you're probably going to score highly. All right, let's have a look at the part 3 questions here. Is it hard for adults to continue learning? Why or why not?
Yes, I believe that adult learners should be more driven to study because it is directly related to our job and lives. They also have better expertise with time management and prioritization.
Okay, we have the same problem as before here. The candidate has used the word it and they. But what is it? Who are they? If you haven't talked about it before, don't refer to a concept using it or they. Sadly, the candidate doesn't really answer the question here. They talk about something else, and as an examiner, I think maybe this candidate didn't understand the question. Make sure everything you say is related to or relevant to what the examiner asks you, not an answer that you've prepared before. Is it the government's responsibility to assist people to learn?
No, I believe since grown-ups are mature enough to manage our education so that they are aware of something critical to our future. Some adults lack the drive to continue studying. Thus, even if the government assists them much, they do not give it their all to achieve their goals.
Okay, so in your part 3 task, remember that the focus is not on what you think, okay? The focus should not be about what you think individually. The focus should be on general society or what other people do. So you shouldn't be using words like ours and us, right? You should be talking about people. The candidate has not done a great job of being consistent here. There's too many errors using it and they and he and she. Maybe go over it and try to make sure it's all consistent. I hope you found this lesson helpful in preparing you for your IELTS exam. If you want to register for IELTS courses here at LangGo, you know what to do. Our courses are designed with you in mind and will definitely help you improve your outcomes. Remember to like, share and hit that like button to get notifications. Once again, I've been Thomas and I'll see you for the next video. Bye guys.